Well, hello, everybody. Tonight is Thursday, July 17th, 2027. I did pop on just a couple of minutes early, just trying to get this gremlin with my computer working. I had it all set up, and then all of a sudden it quit working. So I don't know what the deal is. But anyway, we're going to wait for a few people to come in and join us. Hopefully, we'll have some people tonight to come in. These were the cards that we made back July 3rd. Put that on here so that I can remember. So these were made on July 3rd. We didn't have a video last week because I was out of town or at a meeting, and I recorded it. No.
Last week we had Nate come down.
Right. Last week I had my son came down for dinner, so we didn't do a video last week. So we didn't do one last week, so I'm giving away these from 7-3, and the winner is Hannah Bellew. She is a friend of mine. Hi, Karen. She actually does my nails, and she came on and commented on the cards. So how are you, Karen? I'm glad that you made it back from Michigan. I didn't even know you were out of town and maybe not be at class tomorrow. I'm just listening to my pretty clock. Move this over there. Get it centered. So how have you been doing, Karen? I bet you'll be glad when school starts back and the boys go back to school, huh? You won't be so wore out. Oh, it was a last minute trip. Okay. Well, I'm glad that you're back in town to come to class tomorrow because I've got some really awesome cards to make at our class. So I tell you, I've had a week. Today is Thursday, yes. Dorothy and I have been sublimating my name tags for the Blue Star Mothers Convention. We sublimated 226, plus a few extra that I ruined. So I think I sublimated a total of 231, and one, they're not coming, so that name tag isn't going to be used. And then 3 of them I messed up on. So I don't figure that 3 out of 226 was bad. Hi, Anna. Oh, you just now received it, Anna. Gosh. Took a lot longer than what they said it was going to be because it was supposed to be there last week. And I know when I did coffee and chat last Friday, you said you hadn't got it yet. So it took a lot longer than what the postal system said it was going to take. All right, so these were the cards that we made on July 3rd. And this one was that secret pop-up or a fun fold. And then you got to open it this way. And then this is one of the portrait style book fold cards. Okay. All right. So those were the 2 weeks ago cards. While we're waiting for a few more of the girls to show up, hopefully, I'm going to show you some cards that we did at my Stampin' Up meeting last Saturday. So these were, we always make 3 make and takes. And so this was one of the make and takes. Don't ask me what die set we used. I don't remember. But after I seen this card being made, it was like, yeah, I got to get that one. So that was one of our make and takes. And this was a make and take, making it with those flag dies and the cookie stamp set. Well, it's not really the cookie stamp set. It's the jar set that has the cookies in it. So that's the second one. And then this was the third one. So we made those 3 cards. And then we always do a swap. So Dorothy and I decided that instead of both of us making 15 cards, we would just make 15 cards together and we could share our swap cards. So this was These are some of the swap cards that I got. So they're really pretty. And these are all demonstrators that come to this. And it was a lot of fun to go. My next one is October 11th. And then I was invited to stay for another gal's class on Sunday. And then here's one that's made with that what's the name of that paper? Textured paper. I can't remember the name of it. But that one's really pretty. And I don't know if you've seen any of the cards being made with the sunflower 3D embossing folder, but that is on my list to get. In fact, I've had a list to buy since the paper sale, and then I forgot to put it in last week and haven't had a chance this week. So this sunflower 3D embossing folder, I really like it. And here's another card. So these ladies do beautiful work. Here's one with the new set that came out in July. No, it's not the Need for Tweed. Need for Tweed is it just came out. This would have been let's see, where's my catalog? If I can't find it. I don't know what I've done with my catalog now.
What are you looking for?
The paper, that masculine paper, and it's in the catalog, and I've worked with it. It's the textured notes dies and the paper. So it was the textured note paper. This is the Pleasingly Pears or something. It's the pears with that paper. And I'm not much up on the pears, but they've made some beautiful cards using that designer series paper. And I like the sentiments. So those were just a few of the cards. If we have more time at the end. Hi, Nanette. How are you, girlfriend? So glad that you all have joined me. So if we have time at the end, then I'll show you a few more of the swap cards that we did. Tonight, I am making what I was going to do last week, and it wouldn't record for me. So I decided, okay, we would just keep them for this week. We are going to use a couple of different sets. I am using the Unbounded Love Dies. I'm using the smallest little circle that comes in that. And I'm going to use this stamp set from the beautiful Motifs. You just got done with your nail appointment. Ooh, starting supper and chores. Girlfriend, I tell you, I don't do chores after 7. And then this is a new die set that came available online, and it's called Rustic Centerpiece, and it came online for an online exclusive in July. So these are really nice, simple line drawings. So tonight I'm using this one and this one to make our cards with. And then, of course, my new favorite dies, the Everyday Arches. So I love those everyday arches. I would recommend that. Hello, Cherie. I'm glad that you're able to join us. How are you feeling? I hope I get to see you tomorrow. All right. So, and I'm using colors tonight that I don't normally use. Well, I mean, I use the Very Vanilla and the Pecan Pie, but I don't usually use red for a card that I'm making, unless it's like Christmas or something. I haven't stamped the inside. I meant to do that and just not did it. So our card base tonight is real red. And of course it's the 8.5 by 5.5. Ding, ding, ding. I just can't even get things thought. And then scored at 4 1/4. And then I have a piece of the Very Vanilla, and this is 5 1/4 by 4. That's going to be my inside piece. I guess I got an extra inside piece. And then I have the 2 pieces, the Pecan Pie and the Very Vanilla, and I cut those with two of the largest everyday arches. All right, so we're going to start by, what happened to my little circle? Where? Oh, there it is. And then I've got my little circle that I've already die cut from the Unbounded Love set. So those are our pieces, and then we're going to use some linen thread. So we're going to start tonight. We're going to do some coloring. I'm really starting to not mind coloring so bad. I'm sure that some of you are so glad to hear that. I'm using the little hello stamp from, let's see, from the beautiful Motifs as well. And I'm using the description below the video has all the supplies that we're using. So I'm using Old Olive, dark and light blends. I'm using the Pumpkin Pie Light, the Pecan Pie Light, Real Red Light, Smoky Slate, I'm sorry, Light Gray Granite, and then the Daffodil Delight Dark. So we're going to go ahead and then we're going to stamp in our Old Olive. I'm going to go ahead and stamp our image. And this image was kind of intimidating. I thought, oh, I don't want to color that. But actually, once I started coloring it, it was not that bad. So let me get this up here in our view. And we're going to stamp this just a little bit to the right or to the left so that I have room on the right to put my little circle die with our greeting. So there is our outlined image. I didn't press hard enough right there in the center, but that's okay. We can fix that when we start to color it. So let's start by coloring our leaves, and we're going to do that in the Old Olive. Hello, Maria. How are you doing down in Puerto Rico? Why don't you send me a private message, Maria, and send me your address? Oh, you're going camping for an extended weekend. How fun. I would love to go camping again, but it would have to be in an RV. I just go glamping now.
It's not as much fun as they say it is.
It's not. No, Dorothy lives in an RV, so she doesn't care to go camping. And I'm just going to quickly go over and do my leaves here. So send me some questions and Dorothy can read them and then I can answer them for you. So I did a really big no-no yesterday when I was sublimating. Sometimes you have to clean your print heads on your printer, just like you do with a normal one. But it was coming up that I needed to check my ink levels. And so I thought, okay, well, with all of the printing that I've done, maybe I need to add more ink. So I did what I thought I was knowing how to do, which I did not. I opened up my ink wells and I put my yellow ink on top of that and I let it gurgle down. And then I realized I had opened up the black ink well. So I put yellow ink into my black. Not a good thing to do. And I started to really kind of panic because I thought, here it is. I leave in a week and a couple days. And I got to figure out how I'm going to clean this ink tank so that I don't have a mixed matched color. Well, luckily, I just printed out, probably about 15 to 20 sheets of just pure black background on paper. And it didn't seem to have hurted any. So I was very glad. So I reprinted or I started up my printing again. So I was absolutely amazed that I could solve that problem. But that was like, oh my gosh, I don't have time to lose my sublimation printer right now. I'm almost done with the light old olive.
Maria says, doing great, a little rainy and a lot of haze in
Oh.
the area.
Okay.
Um,
Just got into a leaf.
Karen says, we slept in a homemade tent in the back of our truck in Michigan. We had a blow up mattress, so it was not bad.
Well, that's not too bad. All right, I'm going to start coloring my sunflowers now. And we're just going to take and color those in with the Daffodil Delight. And then I'm going to highlight with the pumpkin pie. And I just seen that I forgot a leaf that we'll come back to. So how many of you, I know that Cherie, you like to color. Who else likes to color? And what's your favorite color medium? Do you like the Stampin Blends, or I know some people use Copic markers. I like the Stampin Blends because I don't have to guess at the shading. I just do the shading with the dark and the light of the two colors. So it's been nice. We've had some rain here, Maria, but it hasn't lasted all day, but it sure has upped the humidity. And of course, I'm still without air, but we're surviving. And right now, I'm like, I don't really want to spend the money on getting the air fixed. It might have to wait until next year because we're doing just fine. And I just know that it's going to cool off here for us. And by the time we get everything done and said. All right, so there we've got that. Now, let's see. I want to come back in with my dark old olive, and we're just going to kind of highlight some of those lines that the artist did for us. And this is why I don't mind coloring very much anymore, because I don't have to pretend like I know where I'm going to put these darker lines at. I just use what the artist has given me, and I don't even do all of them. I just do a few of them. And leaves are pretty easy because you just can do some slash lines. And then we'll come back in with the light green one and we'll kind of blend them all together. So I cannot believe that it's already the middle of July. I mean, oh, I did get in the pool twice this week. First time was Sunday or Monday. Dorothy and I got in the pool. That was the first time all summer. And then yesterday we got in for about an hour or so. I just needed some downtime to clear my head after I messed up my printer stuff. I was going to get in there today, but didn't happen. I was putting all the name tags in numerical order from their state chapters, huh?
Alphabetical.
What did I say?
Numerical.
Oh, I'm sorry. Alphabetical order, not numerical. Well, the state's chapters are in numerical order. Okay, so our leaves are done. I'm going to come in and go with my pecan pie and do the centers of my flowers. And I'm just kind of dotting around because it has some black dots in it. And that way it just kind of gives it some look. And then I'm going to color. I'm not really sure what these are called or what these are, but we're making them little brown buds. Like maybe well, I know they're not. Oh, what are they called? Cottontails? No. I know there's a word for them, but I don't want to say it online or while I'm videoing.
That's not appropriate.
I know, that's why I'm not saying it, but I don't remember what the other name is for it. All right, so we've got those done. Oh, I got to do my board down here at the bottom. So So we're just going to kind of cattails. But that's not what we always called them. But today, people would find what we always called them as a child 40 years ago as offensive. And sometimes it's not always necessary that you color the whole thing in. Sometimes leaving a little bit of the white or the very vanilla showing is okay. Just kind of gives it that different look. So we've got those, and we'll go back over some of that darkened. I'm going to come in with my gray granite now, and we're going to color our pot that we have. I didn't want to color it brown because I had the brown piece of wood, so I chose to go ahead and just do it in a gray. I remember my mom used to have a gray crock. It was one of the pickle crocks that you would put cucumbers in to make pickles. It was like a 5-gallon one. It was huge. So yeah, so other than that, that's been my life. Cherie, I hope your hand is doing better. I have thought about you, and then I would get busy doing something and would forget to call you to see how things were going. I did see Shirley last week. For those of you that knew Shirley, she's got her house up for sale again. Hopefully it will sell very soon. She's wanting to move into a little retirement community. Good. I'm glad it's going good for your hand. You gonna come to class tomorrow?
Yes.
Oh, good. So I'm just gonna color in our apples now, and then we can go back in and kind of do some shading to finish this up. So really the coloring is the longest part of this. And wouldn't you know, girls, I planned 2 cards tonight, and both of them I color. So ask questions so that Dorothy can read them to me, because I can't color and watch my screen at the same time, or I will be coloring where I shouldn't be.
Anna wants to go to class.
You want to come to class tomorrow, Anna? Oh, I would love for you to drive up here. I can even probably find you a spot to stay. All right, let's go back in with our gray granite, and we're going to give it some shading on its sides with those lines. So yeah, really the coloring is what takes the longest of this card to put together, because die cutting the two arches is easy.
Maria loves your nail color.
Oh, well, thank you. I told my nail tech I wanted something summery, and so she gave me this, and it has a, what's it called, Dorothy? Chrome cover on it, so it's pretty good. Oh, I know what I wanted to tell all of you girls, and I have to not color while I'm doing this. So when I went into the pool yesterday, I had just called my granddaughter, and I had my phone setting up against my mug or my tumbler of water. And so I went over and I was going to have a cigarette. Well, my cigarette didn't light, which was no big deal. Okay, so I'd walked to the other side of the pool. And yes, I do smoke in my pool, but I always stand to the side of it. Well, I went to relight my cigarette and my phone fell in the pool, slipped right off of my tumbler and fell right into the pool. Ladies, I was just so upset. Anyway, I had to dive under the water to get my phone, and I was taking the phone cover off, and it's a hard one to get off, and I chipped a nail. I was so mad. I says, well, it's a good thing I get him done next Tuesday. But I had Dorothy kind of clip it off and file it down so that it didn't look so janky. So yeah, that was the other big thing. Besides me messing up my ink, then I dropped my phone in the pool. So it's all dried out. It's all working real good. So it's all good now. Okay, so we've got all of that done. The next thing that we have to do is we are going to stamp this swirl or whatever, just to give it a little bit of something behind our hello. What? Something. Isn't that what it's called? Something. And I am going to, oh yes, we're not using black ink, Sue. But I have just made sure that I have black ink all over that stamp. Yeah, see, I told you I can't hardly talk and work tonight. Something's just not going right in my brain. It's not firing right. Now I gotta find my. Oh, and I don't know if I told y'all. Maybe I told those that were on for coffee, chat, and a card. Dorothy loves this story. Last Friday, I was getting ready for coffee, chat, and a card, and I am looking all over the house, the studio, for my chamois, and I had just used it Thursday, so I knew it was around. I'm looking and I'm searching and searching and searching, and I couldn't find it for nothing. She comes over and I told her I couldn't find it. And she goes, well, Mom, did you put it up with your stamps? And I says, well, no, why would I do that? Well, she looked up on my stamp shelf, and sure enough, I had picked it up with the stamps that I had used on Thursday and put it up there on my shelf. Silly me. So now she laughs at me. So we're going to use 4th generation about on here. Maybe I'm going to do 3rd. Let's see. If it doesn't turn out, I can always just, I'm going to take off just a little bit. And now we're going to just stamp that to give us a little something behind our hello. And now we're going to stamp our hello in the old olive. Full strength. Right there like that. Now all we have to do is just put card together. It's that easy. All right, so here is I'm just going to use my tape runner tonight. We're going to put our tape runner down. Oh, and then we have, when Dorothy got married, we had a 50s theme wedding. And so her and I made all of these really cute decorations for a 50s soda shop. So we used all kinds of different soda glasses and ice cream glasses and things like that. And we made these things with the big pom-poms. Well, our fun night at convention is like a pajama party. So we showed these to the gals last night because we wanted to kind of get rid of them. I mean, we've got like 20 of them. And then we have record bowls because we took old records that we bought at thrift stores and we melted them over a bowl and in the oven and made bowls out of these records. Turned out really cute. So all I'm going to do now is just lay my arches down. I'm going to get my linen thread and put a little bit of linen thread behind my hello. Anyway, so we're taking those. So my van will probably be pretty full by the time we get ready to pack up and leave here next week from Sunday, which is the 27th. Okay, so I'm going to just put down a little bit of my tape runner. I'm going to make a couple of loops here with this. I have a hard time doing this. People do this and it looks so good. Mine, I think, yeah, okay, whatever. But hey, it's my homemade card, so. And then I'm going to put this up on some dimensionals. I'm not using as many dimensionals as I used to, but I wanted this to pop up. So I'm going to get my, whoops. Take the pick tool here. That one didn't even come off. And I kind of try to lay them right on top of a piece of that linen thread, simply because then it helps to keep that in place.
Where are we going next week?
Where are we going next week?
Mhm.
Where are we going?
I don't remember. Anna wants to know.
Oh, we're going to, you mean when I go to the convention? I thought she was talking where we were going next Monday through Friday. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Wisconsin. She says, where are we going next week? And I'm like, well, as far as I know, I don't have any plans to go anywhere next week, but okay, what trip are we taking between Monday and Friday? All right. And now we're just going to put that little greeting right there. And ladies, there is the card. Now I'm going to take the stamp again. And let's see. I think maybe you can get another one out. Clean this off. I'm wanting to say maybe all I want to do is just like the flower part of this. So I am going to stamp up just the top portion of this stamp. I turn it over this way. This side doesn't show, this side does. Because it doesn't, I don't necessarily want the whole thing on the inside. So we'll try this. If it doesn't work, I cut another piece of paper, right? It's not a big deal. And we're going to put this down below here. Pressing it really good. Well, you know, Nanette, it's not that it looks bad. It's just I have a hard time doing it. And it's like, oh my gosh, it's not that hard. I see people doing it all the time. So there is that, which I don't really like. So we're going to flip this over. And maybe we're not going to do that. I will decorate it with a leaf later because I don't like this. I thought maybe this would work, but it doesn't. I'm not fond of it, and I don't want to take the time to color it with my markers. So we'll just do that. We'll do the inside later. But that is the first card. So let me get these stamps cleaned up. Because you know me, I will definitely put my fingers in them or the back of my card. Use the swirly stamp. You think that's what I should use? Should I use it in the old olive color to kind of go with the, that's what I've got out. Oh, okay. Well, that's a good idea, Maria. I might have to do that. Okay, here's our swirly stamp. But I don't think I want it to be real dark. Do you think? Should I do it first generation, which is going to be this dark? Well, you can't really see what color it is because the lighting is bad. Or I think I'm going to do it second gen. I think it'll be better second gen. It won't be like, pow, I'm grabbing you. Oh, yeah, that looks good. Thanks for the idea, Karen. Thanks for that idea. That looks good. Okay, well, we'll just go ahead and slap this piece down then. So you all use the back side if you mess up the front side, don't you? You don't throw that whole piece away. I just make sure I put enough adhesive down that if they try to take up that piece that I messed up, they're going to tear their card. That looks good. I like that. Thank you very much for that suggestion on finishing the inside. Sometimes my brain just gets on a one-way street and it doesn't want to come down another alley. You like that analogy?
Wow.
You don't make mistakes, Anna. Okay. Good for you. I'm glad. We have Anna in the house. She doesn't make mistakes. Whoop, whoop. All right, I'm going to flip this over because I don't like working on all that mess. All right, girls. Now, I got to get some of this other stuff off my desk. You'd think with as big a desk I got, I'd have lots of room.
And yet you
And
still.
still I
come over.
encroach on Dorothy's. So this is going to be our second card that we're doing. And I am using the textured notes dies. And these are an online exclusive that came out in May. Besides my arch dies, I really like these because they each have a design around the edge of these. So I really like the way these layer. So I use the 3 largest ones. And the way I did it so that I didn't cover up and just use a small piece or it wasn't so thick in the middle. My card base is the Pecan Pie. Then I have basic beige, but I cut the basic beige, which is 4 by 5 1/4. I cut it using both of these dies. Did I not cut these? Yes, I did. I knew I had. It's been a week. Where's my other piece? I had a box completely fall off of my desk today and dump all over the ground or all over the floor. So what I did was I had my basic beige and then I lined up my dies and I cut my center, my smaller one, out of the center of my big one. That way it saved on paper. But I just love the texture of these dies and around the edges. They make it just so pretty. And then, of course, I used the 3rd largest or the 2nd largest for my pumpkin or pecan pie. So it layers like this on your card because that frame part gets covered up. So let's start by doing our stamping and our coloring. And this time we're going to color with the ink pads, but we're going to use one of the I'm sure no, Anna, I know you don't make mistakes, just like the rest of us don't make mistakes, right? I just, I never figure it's a mistake if I can fix it. Then it's just an opportunity to see how creative I can get, right? Okay, mind on stamping because otherwise she'll be off on a tangent. This time we're going to use this one here that has the little succulents in it. And they're in like wood logs. I hope they're treated because wood logs won't last forever. They do deteriorate. Ask me how I know, because I thought I would have some pretty stepping stones. And they have deteriorated, so now they're not so pretty. All right, and this one we're going to go not quite to the bottom, but we don't want it hanging out there in the middle. So stamp this down. I am so happy that you ladies have spent the evening with me. I missed it last week. I really did. I hate when I don't get to go and come live with you girls. And there's going to be 2 Thursdays that I'm going to have to do recordings for you. And oops, I just dropped something. That's okay. Because I'll be at 2 different conventions. The first one will be when I'm in Milwaukee, and the second one when I will be in Columbus, Ohio, for Chuck's convention for BFW. All right, I'm going to use a couple of my blocks as my palettes. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp my hello while we've got the black here, because I just stamped my hello friend in black. This must have been one of those that dropped on the floor today. I have Daisy.
I'm not responsible.
You're not responsible for Daisy, no. And we're going to stamp this little guy right up here in the corner. About like so. There we go. Again, if I don't clean it, I'll put my arm in it or something. All right, so we're going to start off. Let's start off with our Calypso Coral. That's the colors that I've made my little flowers for these succulents with. And I know I don't need that much ink. I don't know why I put that much on my block. And I'm just taking one of the blender pens. And this side here, I've got it white because that's the side I use for white paint. Oh, well, that's a cool thing that you're going to fly to Florida to participate in a Stampin' Up! Workshop. That would be really fun. I can't, after my vacations, after my trips to the conventions, I have to stay home. That'll be 4 trips I've taken this summer already. I went to Florida in April. Wasn't it April?
Something like that.
And then I went to Indiana in May. Oh, yeah, I gotta see. I put way too much ink on my block because I didn't need that much ink at all. And this just, it kind of shows muted because I'm doing it on that basic beige. But I didn't really want white. I think sometimes white is just too bright. And so I thought, well, with these natural looking stamps of the succulents and all. So there's that. And I'm going to go over that with some, what am I going to use, Dorothy? What do you always use?
Winkostella.
Yeah, Winkostella. So now I'm going to just clean off my blending brush here. Just rubbing that off. Let's go with our Granny Apple Green. This was one color that I never really gave a whole lot of attention to. But now that I've started using it, I do like it. Well, I wonder if you both will be at the same place, Maria and Anna. Oh, yours is in Kissimmee and yours is in Clearwater. I've been to Clearwater for one of my dad's army reunions. We stayed at a hotel pretty much right on the beach. And I love to go to Tarpon Springs. I love their Greek restaurant that they have. Their gyros are the best. In fact, one year after my aunt passed away, we went to Florida to pick up all of her stuff, her craft room, and bring it back here for my mom. And we went to Tarpon Springs and we had the gyros, and we told them that we wanted 2 gyros to go, but not put together. We just wanted all the fixins. And we brought them home for my dad and my husband. They were really excited. Of course, now it didn't taste the same as it was when it was in the restaurant fresh, because we did a little sightseeing on the way home, so we didn't get home in a real timely manner, but it was still good. We still talk about that trip that we did down to Clearwater. So I'm just going to use my Granny Apple Green to make my stems of my succulents. And I have decided that I am going to pull and get rid of all of the mint that I started, I don't know, probably 6 years ago, Dorothy? 7 years? I know it's been a long time because we're not drinking the mint tea like we once were, and it's just kind of overgrown in my backyard on my patio. So I told Chuck, I says, I think I'm going to pull it all up this fall, and then next spring I'm going to just plant one kind, but it will be in a container so that it doesn't take over. I didn't realize that mint took over as bad as it did. Maybe I should plant it here at the studio around rocks, but then it gets to be viney and ugly looking, and I don't want snakes up in it. I do have some succulents that I've planted because those things grow anywhere, and I just wanted ground cover to cover up so I don't have to pull weeds as bad. I don't like pulling weeds. Okay, so there is our green. Now I'm going to get our pecan pie and do our wood. Make sure that you clean your blending pen off between your colors. And we're just going to color in these real quick. Again, the most difficult part of this card, and it's not really difficult, time consuming, is the coloring. And you could do this with the blends just as well. I just wanted to show you two different ways that you can color these stamps. Because if you're not, I mean, if you were like I was 5 years ago, I didn't like to color. Somebody must have said something. Dorothy's just over there typing.
No, I'm looking something up.
Oh, she's looking something up. She multitasks so well. No, I mean, she does awesome job at multitasking. I don't think she heard what I said.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't think so. She's not paying any attention to me. Feelings are hurt.
I love you anyway.
Okay, I love you too. All right. So does anybody have big plans for the weekend? I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, I have to make a few gifts that I want to take with me to convention. So that's part of what I will be doing Saturday. And then I will probably just start really doing a deep clean so that everything is done when I come home from my trip. I do have to get my cards ready and record it, and hopefully YouTube will let me upload them. So, all right, so that is that. We've got that all colored in. I'm just cleaning my brush. I don't have any paper towel here with me tonight, but all right. These we're just going to stack up, put away, so that I can take them to the sink and wash them off. And now we're going to build our card. Very easy. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I am going to attach my focal point to my pecan pie layer. And what's really nice about these dies is that you can, it's easy to put your build them up double, to layer the dies, because you've got that really pretty border that you can judge it by. I'm going to lay this one down now on my card front. I don't want to get it all over. I should have my silicone mat out. I always forget it until I've already halfway done with my, well, I'm used to using my glue, but Tonight I thought I'd use the tape runner. Just for something different. I'm going to open this up so that I can lay it down. Maybe get it straighter. Don't do that. Well, thought I could get it straighter, huh?
Nothing.
Thought I could get it straighter and it didn't get straight. Now I got to pull it up. Okay, it's time to hyperventilate. All I'm doing is blowing on it so that I can, or I'm huffing on it so I can get it off. I hadn't really even pressed it down that hard. There, it's coming up. Nice. I may have to stand up to do this so that I can see it. Should have seen me trying to put on all my name tags straight. From the girl who can't cut a straight line, right? You and tape runners are not friends. How come, Maria? Oh, now a cactus never dies. Let me tell you about the cactus that we have had since 2000.
No, it was it was before that. 'Cause it was
Yeah.
his junior year.
Okay, so my grandson had
So,
gotten this cactus,
2019.
and it was really pretty small whenever he got it, and that was in 2019. He got it from some girl. He named it Otis. Well, then he graduated in 2020 and went off to the military. And who got to keep Otis? Nana. So Nana has Otis in her kitchen at the sink, and I'm responsible, and I can't let Otis die. Otis has gotten quite big. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this corner where I didn't get tape runner. So yeah, it's like really, I have to take care of this cactus. The cactus now is really pretty tall. And it's skinny. It's a skinny little cactus.
It's ugly.
It is ugly.
It's ugly.
I'm really kind of trying to let it die without him knowing that I've let it die. I'm safe. He's not watching. All right, now we're going to tie a little teeny tiny bow because I just thought that upper corner needed something. So I just play with my, I'm going to have to try that technique, Maria, with a with a fabric sheet, because I really, the string, the linen thread and the stuff, it always curls so bad for me. Trim off the excess. I'm gonna get my tweezers. So I'm gonna put a little tab of glue right up there in the corner, and I am going to put this down there like that. I'm gonna hold it on there with my reverse tweezers. Don't be moving on me now. Don't be that away. Till that sets there and dries, I am going to take some of our, I think these are retired or they're on the last chance list. The Pecan Pie and the clear ribbon epoxy dots, but I think they're so pretty and I can't use that to hit them, right? I think they went well with this card, so I'm just going to go ahead and use them. I like to believe that, you know, you got to use what you got and not worry about it sometimes. So I mix and match new and old, and I'm going to put up a big one. Oops, if I can get it off the sheet. We're going to put one right there. So there's that. Now, I'm thinking that this one here, I need, you don't have any more Post-it notes, you said, right?
I don't have any more Post-it notes.
Gotta get some from the other house. Oh, shit.
Here, I think I got these lined up here.
Dorothy just rolls backwards.
They won't go in the thing.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't need them to go in a pop-up dispenser. I just need it to do a mask. I'm going to take this and I'm going to mask off that one succulent because I just want this little teeny tiny one. Well, it's not that teeny tiny. And we're going to go ahead and stamp it in black. Don't forget to remove your mask so that you don't have that excess ink on your card. And because it kind of hangs off on the right-hand side, that's where I'm going to put this so that it's just kind of hanging off because it doesn't have to all be on there. So there we have that little succulent for us. And we will do a quick color thing here with our, yeah, of course I put them away, right? No, that's the orange. We'll just get another block. It's no big deal. Don't need a whole lot. We're just going to color this on the inside of our card for the decoration. And you could send this to anybody. It could be a masculine type card or feminine. You could make it a birthday card, get well card. Okay, so there is our trunk or our wooden piece. And I think now for this one, I'm just going to really quickly take my Old Olive marker and color in my succulent on this. Because you have succulents of all colors. I'm not going to do any shading with it. That away. That in the one to wash. We're going to lay this down. Okay. I'm excited, ladies. We are going to get a mini catalog in September. There's some other things coming down the pipe from Stampin' Up that I think lots of us might be excited about. Can't share it yet, but it'll be broadcasted here soon. Come on now, get down in there straight. I just love this basic beige with this pecan pie. I think it matches it really well. Okay, so there is card number 2. So I hope that you like these 2 cards that we made tonight. Let's see. I don't use dryer sheets, though it is a used one or a fresh one. Used one works well. Okay. All right. Well, everybody has a great weekend. You like number 2 best, Cherie? Let me put them in order. Number 1 or number 2? So number 1 is Karen's favorite. 1 or 2? This or that? Karen likes number 1. Anna likes number 1. You shy away from these stamps. How come, Nanette? Because you have to color, I bet, huh? Oh, Sharon's going to have a $1 million achievement stamp set in the catalog. Cool. Well, Nanette, I failed coloring too, but you see how easy it was? I don't, I mean, I'm not perfect at coloring, but hey, I don't think they look too bad. I mean, I really don't. So I failed measuring in kindergarten. I can't cut a straight line for the life of me. If it wasn't for the Stampin' Up! Trimmer, I don't know what I would do. Because even then, sometimes I don't cut a straight line. All right. Well, ladies, our hour is up. I mean, I could stay here and talk all night, but I know that some people are an hour ahead of me. I did forget, though, to put some Winkostella on. I have to get me another Winkostella pen. And I don't want to do everything in Winkostella. I'm just going to kind of go a little bit on my flowers here. I love these sunflowers. I got the coneflower stamp set. I haven't played much with it. And then I'm going to just kind of do some little bit of shading. And when you use the Winkostella, it does give a little bit different color to your ink. And we're going to Winkostella our little flowers up here. Give them a little bit of sparkle. Okay, so now our cards are done. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Oh, I don't do fussy cutting. I really don't, Nanette. If I have to fussy cut, I just as soon not do it. Because I don't do fussy cutting. My mother was the queen of fussy cut, let me tell you. So if I miss one thing, it's her cutting out my stuff for me. But all right, well, you all have a safe weekend. I will see some of you tomorrow at our card class. And then I will be back next Thursday before I leave town with another couple of cards to make. So have fun this weekend, girls. Bye.